Hi, I'm Daniel from LIGO.co.uk and these are the Bresser Condor 10x25 compact binoculars. Compact binoculars are great for when you don't feel like lugging around a full-size pair with you, and the quality of compacts has come on leaps and bounds in the last decade or so. These Condor 10x25s are made by Bresser, who are very well regarded in the optics world, but how do they stack up? Let's take a look. Let's start out by taking a look at the design and build of these binoculars. The Condor 10x25s are part of a larger range from Bresser that also includes some full-size binoculars and a monocular as well. As you might expect, these are a fair bit less expensive than their larger siblings, but they still come with the same high build quality. They come with a rubber armor coating, which looks very nice as you can see, and is the same sort of standard as Bresser's more expensive binoculars. They're easy to grip, so they're not going to slip out of your hands if you're using them in wet conditions, and they have these little ridges here where your fingers naturally sit to give you a little bit of extra grip as well. They have a roof prism design with a single hinge. This is really sturdy even compared to some larger binoculars that I've tested, so they hold their position really well and don't get knocked out of alignment while you're using them. The Condor 10x25s have a metal focus wheel, and underneath the rubber coating the eye cups are metal as well, unlike many other compact binoculars which just have plastic eye cups. Again, focus wheel is really easy to grip and adjust, and as you can see on the top, they're waterproof and nitrogen filled, so the binoculars won't fog up on you if you use them in wet conditions. They also come with a little case, as you can see here. Quite a nice quality case compared to a lot of the other free ones that you get with binoculars. And one thing I liked about it is that the case itself has a strap as well as the binoculars, something that's pretty rare to find, even though most of the cases do have a loop for a strap. There's also a belt loop on the back as well if you prefer to wear it that way, so really easy to carry about with you. The strap for the binoculars is padded, so it's pretty comfortable to wear. The only gripe I had with the Condor 10x25s is that they don't come with any lens caps, which is quite unusual for compact binoculars since you'll want to obviously keep the lenses nice and clean and scratch free, so we'd recommend that you just pick up a cheap pair and attach them yourself. Other than that though, I don't have any complaints about the build of the Bresser Condor 10x25s. They're a really solid pair of compact binoculars, and Bresser stand by their build quality by offering a lifetime warranty on these when you register them online. So that's the design of the binoculars. Now let's move on to the optics. As I mentioned earlier, Bresser have a really strong reputation for optics quality, and despite the Condor 10x25s being a fair bit less expensive than their larger siblings, they're still built to the same high standard, so they're really good value for money. These particular binoculars have 10 times magnification, which means their field of view is a little bit smaller than what you'd get from 8 times compact binoculars. In this case, the field of view is 5.5 degrees, so if you were looking at a landscape 1 kilometer away and you look through the binoculars, you'd be able to see 96 meters from one side to the other. On the other hand though, the 10 times magnification does get you a little bit closer to your subject than what you get from 8 times binoculars, and while it can be a little bit trickier to track moving objects at a closer distance, at medium and longer ranges, they're still really easy to use. The 25 in the name means they have a 25mm lens diameter, which is pretty standard for compact binoculars, all tend to be that or thereabouts. That does mean that they let in less light than full-size binoculars, which have a bigger lens diameter, but these lenses are fully multi-coated, which helps light pass through them more easily and compensates a little bit for the smaller lens diameter, so they can still be used in low light conditions like dusk or dawn. And crucially, that smaller lens diameter is what lets the binoculars be made smaller, making them compact. The Condor 10x25s have twist down eye cups. These don't come out a massive amount. The maximum eye relief is 13.32mm, which may not be enough for some glasses wearers to get a full image while wearing their glasses, but that is pretty standard for compact binoculars. However, one thing I would highlight is that the eye cups, while they're quite shallow, are ever so slightly wider than some of the other compact binoculars I've tested, which in practice made a massive difference, as it meant I could more easily get the binoculars all the way up to my eyes without my eyelashes getting in the way and get a nice clear edge-to-edge image. Overall, during testing, I was really impressed with the Condor 10x25s, especially the quality of optics, which I thought was close to on a par with more expensive models that have ED glass. When you compare them to slightly cheaper compact binoculars of a similar sort of spec, these definitely have the edge. The quality of the image clarity, edge-to-edge clarity, much better with these. So if you're thinking about getting a compact pair of binoculars around this kind of price, it's definitely worth spending the slightly extra bit of money on these because they do offer much better performance. So there we have it, the Bresser Condor 10x25s. A really impressive, high-quality pair of compact binoculars that certainly get my seal of approval. If you've got any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. And to get your hands on some of these for yourself, go to LIGO.co.uk.